Hello and welcome once again to another exciting episode of the original guru of good game. I'm your host, the original guru himself, OGZ, and I want to thank you once again for coming back. And I do appreciate all the likes, the shares, the comments, the love that you showed me. I really appreciate it, and I really do appreciate you sticking with me after that disastrous live broadcast. For all those that left, I appreciate you for sticking around as long as you have, and thank you very much for taking the time to listen to me. And for those of you who decided to stick around after that fiasco, I really do appreciate you sticking around, and I really do appreciate you showing me some more love. So we're going to get into it today, and today our topic is, because there is some really deep things that's happening here in the good old U.S. of A. Some shit that we was not expecting to be happening, but damn if it ain't happening. Just got the numbers that the GDP, gross domestic product, has plunged 32.9% in the second quarter, which is so low that there is no other measure in U.S. history to compare it against. That's how bad this shit is. That's how bad it sunk. That's how bad shit is going to get. So, to make a long story short, I've decided to redirect the focus of the OG of Good Game, and I'm not flipping the script or nothing like that. I mean, I done been through enough changes already, because I'm trying to produce a quality show that you deserve to get, and I want it to be a show that you appreciate and one that shows how much I appreciate you listening. So I'm working on that, and I'm trying to get everything so it's uniform across my platform, that the sound, the music, everything is universal, that it's not up and down, because I'm working at it, and I'm trying to get better at it. I'm hoping that I will get better at it, but I'm working at it. Anyway, the show is pretty much going to stay the same, but I just decided that I'm going to start breaking it down into segments on topics. The Peep They Game segment, I'm going to put that into a segment, a series of podcasts, and a segment following that specific topic is keeping an eye on all this bullshit they trying to run under you and all the bullshit others is trying to run under you. So we're going to keep that going, and we're going to bring in some other bullshit experts to speak on bullshit. All right, so we're going to keep that going, and we're going to keep that popping, but we're going to put that into a separate segment so that we can keep everything in line with each other, so it works out, makes it more easier to get to the information that you need to get to. All right, and now this segment that I'm going to start on today is the secret to good game. Told you back before that I was going to give you the secrets, and I really did mean that. And under the circumstances, I was going to wait a little bit later until I can roll it out into a full series and have everything correctly done. But right now, it is an unprecedented financial fiasco that is about to happen, and it's about to fuck with us all. So instead of dragging it along and trying to build it into a whole segment, that I can release episodes all together, I'm just going to get started on it now, because it looked like it's needed more than ever. Okay, now, here is the first secret to the secret of good game, and this is the one that I live by. This is the one that opened my mind to a whole new way of thinking, and it opened my world to expand beyond just what we see and what we can feel and touch and taste and smell and hear. Led me to believe that paradise has always been here. It's just a matter of recognizing it and walking into it. Okay, so here is the first secret to the secret of good game. It's a simple one. Don't play their game anymore. That's the secret. That's the number one secret you got to build the foundation of your good game on, is to don't play their game, period. Everybody out here, like they say, we all out here playing the game. We gonna change the game. I'm gonna be the master of the game, blah, 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 all that BS. Here's the first thing you need to learn when you dealing with the game. You didn't write the game. They wrote the game. They wrote the rules to the game. They designed the board for the game. They commissioned the pieces that will be used in the game. They set the parameters of the game. So how can you beat them at their game if they are the ones who created the game that you trying to beat them at, and they have the unlimited ability to change the rules, the pieces, the board as they see fit to benefit their self in the game, to make it better for them so that they come out on top? How you going to beat them? You will never beat them at their own game. The only way you win the game, you got to play a different game where you set the rules, where you set the board, where you decide what pieces to be played in the game, where you choose the parameters of the game and how it's played. That's the only way you win the game. Now, if you want to rig it so that it's all in your favor, you can. Of course, you'd end up like America's about to end up right now. Broke, busted, and fucked up beyond recognition. Because America's about to be foobarred. Plain and simple. Fucked up beyond all recognition. That's what's about to happen because of the orange idiot. Y'all voted him in. It's time y'all get together and vote him out because he got to go, because he about to tear up shit for everybody. He fucked it up for everybody. He didn't come in here and just fuck it up for us. The working, the poor, the unimpressive, as they like to say, because we ain't driving around in $100,000 cars. We ain't got big diamond watches on our wrist or platinum teeth in our mouth and bunch of fucking diamonds glued to our forehead and under our eyeballs and all that other fancy shit they doing nowadays. We just average, everyday, honest, working people. We just people. Want the same thing the rich want, to be happy, to be healthy, and to live a good life. That's all we ask for. We ain't asking for anything else. For some reason, they feel like we don't deserve that, or that is something that's only available to the upper class or the privileged, or whatever the way they define this shit now, because it's basically bullshit. It's rich against the poor. I'm going to keep telling people this, and y'all better listen to this shit and let this shit sink into your head and put it in there, engrave it if you have to. Take the branding iron, brand it in your brain if necessary. That's how serious this shit is. Always remember this. There can be no rich people without poor people. Understand that. That's the way this system is set up. You cannot have rich unless you have poor. Because if everybody rich, nobody's poor. So if nobody's poor, who gonna do the labor of the rich? Let that sink in and answer that question. If you think you got the answer to it, please hit me up, oggoodgame.com. Please read the warning page. Make sure you over 18. Scroll down, click on the enter button. And when you get on the inside page to the home page, scroll down to the send a voice message and drop that answer. And if you don't want to send a voice message, scroll to the top, to the menu bar, click on the contact us, fill out the contact form, type in your answer right there and hit send. If you got that answer, give it up, because everybody want to hear that answer. But like I said, there can be no rich people without poor people. And the only way you not stay poor people is you got to stop playing their game, because this is the game they set up, to have rich and to have poor. The middle class was supposed to be in the control section to keep the poor striving and working to hopefully one day reach the middle class, in which turn the rich control the middle class by dictating what type of work the poor did, and put the middle class in the positions of management. You'll manage the working force. In other words, you answer to us, since we don't want to be near those untouchables. So we'll create a middle class, and they'll answer directly to us rich folks. And that's the way this system is rigged. So the only way we change that system is we stop playing it, period. That's the first foundation to good game. Plain and simple. Easy as pie. Anybody can remember that. Stop playing that game. And that goes for any other game out here in life. If you dealing with somebody, a friend, family member, significant other, somebody you trying to get into the bedroom or get intimate with or get to know on a personal level, if they running game, seem like I can't get nowhere, I can't advance, I can't make any positive moves, that's because you playing their game. And then they going to play you around as long as they can because it's their game. They going to keep changing the rules. They going to keep telling you, you need to do this, that, and the other, and then we'll see what happens. Then once you do this, that, and the other, then it's, well, no, I'm going to change the rules. I want you to do this, that, and that now. So you keep on playing that game thinking you're going to get ahead or make a positive advancement, and nothing ever happens. That's why the way to beat the game is to stop playing their game. Create your own game. Now, I'm going to get into that on the next episode. But this episode is all about this foundation step to the steps of good game. How many steps there is, that is going to be revealed in the next episode. I'm not going to give you everything right now because I want this to really set in and marinate in your brain for a minute. I want you to think about that. You playing their game, their economic, their social structure, their society, their culture, whatever you want to call it, you playing their game. And you wondering how come you never seem to be able to advance, to achieve, literally have to sell your soul. Give up your integrity, give up your morals, your scruples, all that you got to throw to the wind in order to beat the game because that's the way the game is played. It's a winner-take-all type game. They're the winners, so they take all. We're the losers, so we get trickled down what they no longer have use for. Remember Reagan? Trickle down economics. I keep saying we need to flip the script and start a trickle up economics. And that means we need to start working from the bottom and building a solid foundation from the bottom up instead of trying to build the tip of the pyramid and then build everything up under it. That doesn't fucking work. And as we can see, it doesn't, because you can only build it down so far before there's a whole lot of logistics, and maintaining it, keeping it steady is not an easy task. Much easier, much stronger, much safer. We build a solid base, foundation, whatever you want to call it, and then we build up from there. That's just my way of looking at things. And I'm hoping that other people see it the same way too. Maybe we can collaborate and work together, because that's the only way we are going to create a better game, is that we work together on creating a new game that we set the parameters, we set the rules, we set the pieces, we set the board, and stop letting them dictate, set everything, and then get mad that they won't allow us to achieve, because it's rigged that way. You're not supposed to achieve. You're supposed to be another player in the game that supports their rule of the game. That's it. They're the quarterback, you the front line. Then every now and then they'll find a few of us and say, you know what, I'll let you run the ball. I'll throw you the ball. I'll pass you the ball. And they get a few of them who can do that. But who's always running the game? The quarterback. You don't see the front lineman calling the plays. You don't see the running back calling the plays. You don't see the tight end or defensive tackle. Ain't none of them calling the plays. The quarterback always runs everything. And that's the way they put this system set up, winner take all, but they're always the winner. So like they say, in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. But how can you beat the man if the man can change the rules as they see fit to benefit them? That's going to be a hard one to pull off. Very hard. Did someone able to pull that off? They had to do a whole lot of underhanded, sneaky, backwards, conniving, low down, dirty shit in order to win that one. And that takes a hell of a lot more effort, and it puts a hell of a stain on your soul than just playing a different game. That's all we got to do. And we're going to get into that different game and what it is and how we going to play it. And I want to collaborate with people on what the game should be, the rules, the pieces, the boards, parameters, all that. Call to action. Go to oggoodgame.com. Read the warning page. Make sure you're over 18, because, you know, I got some raw shit on my show. Click on the enter button, enter, scroll down, and leave me a voice message on what you think the new game